Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of you, and peace out to the rest of you. You already know who it is and who it ain't. It ain't your boy, in addition, man, the blackest hearted, blackest minded, blackest man on social media. Signing black in and shining again, asking you to hit the mother cuss word share button because the message is more important than the messenger. Now that I got that out the way, I don't want to take a long time to tell you this, but this is important. I do want you to take a long time to let this soak in. Whoever you are, whatever you promote. A lot of us love to disagree for the sake of disagreeing because we still niggas. I don't like to use this word, but we are to a certain extent. That's why we argue so furthermucking much, why we debate so furthermucking much. Always trying to one up each other. Half the time we listen just to think of how to discredit the other person. We don't actually listen to learn. Even if you disagree, we don't listen to learn. We're really hostile with each other, and we love to say, no, man, do your research. Now, that's not a wrong sentence to say by itself. It is wrong to say by itself. Why did I just say two contradictory sentences? See, when you say do your research, it's okay to say it, but it is not okay to say it and then stop there. Remember when I told you that Islam is a solution for black people, and really for any people, whether they're suffering or not, but we're the ones who need it. I said to you, don't take my word for it. You've heard the propaganda that says the opposite for so long. You might actually think that propaganda is true. However, Ninja, if you will get over your biases against the disciplined lifestyle that many of us do have, let's be honest, we don't like the idea of discipline. We just don't. If you can get over that, the bias that is inherent that many of you have against anyone that would ever say, don't drink, don't smoke, don't fornicate, wake up early before the sun comes up to say the first prayer, and pray 5 times a day. If you can get over that bias, you'll see the benefits. But also, I had to say something else. I said to you, take a look at certain names. Not just on YouTube, but on the internet in general, you'll find certain things. And I gave names: Naeem Abdullah, Abdul Hakim Quick, Rudolph Bilal Ware, W-A-R-E. I gave you those names. When I gave you those names, it was so that you could look and see if I'm lying or not. Or if I was lied to, which is more likely. See what you find. At least you would know where I got it from. Just like I know many of you have these anti-Islam ideas that can trace back to Chancellor Williams. Chancellor Williams was an anomaly in his day and in his time. Some of you will say, well, no, I got mine from John Henry Clark. John Henry Clark actually, he actually got his ideas from somewhere else. I think he did mean well. Hell, even Yusuf bin Yuhakanan, he wound up accepting Islam and dying as a Muslim. And that was kept hush-hush. You know what else is kept hush-hush? Whenever black people retaliate. Anytime black people retaliate physically for the deaths of black people, and they succeed in killing someone that's not black, it's kept hush-hush. I've heard that in Texas, some cops got ambushed and killed. I can't prove it, but someone on Facebook told me about it. That news story is subdued. Do you know why it's subdued? It happened in Birmingham, Alabama, back when it got its name Bombingham, because the church was bombed and then 4 girls got killed. What people oftentimes don't mention is this. Apparently there were 4 white police officers that wound up dying too. And it was kept out the newspapers so that black folks would not get the idea or the understanding that they can actually take vengeance. Now understand this. the ones who made the decisions to keep this out of the newspaper were willing to sacrifice the lives of other white folks to make sure that black folks didn't think they could retaliate. And it shows you that white supremacists are willing to sacrifice even white people for white supremacy. This is something I've known ever since I was in my teens. My father pointed it out, he articulated it for me. And this is one reason why a lot of well-meaning whites are very cautious and very leery. They know they can get killed for this stuff. Should they still confront their people? Abso-cuss-word-lutely. But as for why they may be afraid to do it, well, that's a very valid reason. We can't blame them for the fear that they can feel. So anyway, moving on. The point I wanted to make here is about do your research. I wanted to make the point that we got to stop saying do your research and then just leaving it at that. Because when you simply say do your research and there's some kind of propaganda or widespread misconception, all that's going to happen is somebody's going to look up the information or look up that topic and they're going to find the same thing. Guess what? I did the research. All I found on this was this, that, and the other, and the other. If I sit up and I say, we know Islam and black people, you type in anything on Islam and black people, doesn't matter where you do it, with search engine and how broad your search is going to be, it doesn't matter. All that's going to come up is the propaganda that the Arabian Muslims came riding out of the desert into Africa on horseback and brought down great black African civilizations and empires. They didn't have the means to do this. They just couldn't. But you have to actually listen to Rudolph Bilal Ware, what he said, Naeem Abdullah, and there's some others whose names I forgot. You got to actually listen to them to find this out. You got to look up them to find out what the actual textbooks say that are not put on the internet. That's all I wanted to say in this case. Stop just coming up with something that completely goes against what everybody's been told so far, and then saying do your research like they're just going to magically find whatever it was you used to base your beliefs. Some of you sitting up here saying we don't come from Africa. Oh my God. And we're like, wait a minute, what about do your research? Well, that's what they're going to find if they do their research and you don't tell them where to start. They're going to find the same thing. That's what's out there. I guess what I really wanted to say is that, frankly, we're just not academic enough for the debates that we're starting to get into with each other. We got more important and pressing matters anyway, but we're not ready to hash them out. Honestly, we're not ready to hash them out until we actually take on a different attitude towards academia and intellect and scholarship and research and the exact same kind of things that Nipsey Hussle said that Lauren London found boring when he listened to them. Anyway, I think I said enough. Thanks for listening. Black Heart, Black Mind, Blackout, Assalamu Alaikum, and black heterosexual non-select male power just because they don't like it. And black patriarchy until extinction or judgment day.